Hey guys, welcome. In this video, let's check out the new salvaging system in Star Citizen Alpha 4.3.2 Live and everything we need to know. During the PTU cycle for this patch, the salvaging system went through many changes, and I can't say this won't change again, but so far these are the changes that we know. Salvaging in the most current gameplay is divided into two types of salvage with 3 salvaging ships. The two types of salvage are hull scraping, which yields RMC, recycled material composite, and the second type is called Num Num, yummy. The official name is called structural salvage, or hull munching as we know it, which yields construction materials. And in this patch, the construction materials have been divided further into 3 subtypes, which we will talk about later. We have 3 salvaging ships that are currently in-game, and at least 1 currently in the work. Perhaps we'll see it soon. The 3 currently flyable salvage ships are 1. The Misk Fortune, 2. The Drake Vulture, and 3. The Aegis Reclaimer. We have in-game salvaging missions supporting the salvage gameplay, or you can simply find any abandoned ships in the verse to salvage, or you can salvage your own ships, which is kind of meh. Now, almost all the above had gone through certain changes in this 4.3.2 patch cycle, whether little or much. First, the RMC. The recycled material composite salvaging mechanics remained the same, but the price for the RMC has been nerfed. Let's take a look. This is UEX. It's updated to Star Citizen 4.3.2. Let's do a simulated trade. Commodity is recycled material composite RMC. I'm using the Hull E, and my investment for the Hull E is almost 1 billion AUEC. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, that's not important. What's important is here. Click destinations. Here are the locations and the price that you can sell for the recycled material composite. The cheapest is on Delvin Scrap Microtech. It's only 3,700 something. TDD at New Babbitt Microtech is selling for 4,200. On Lorville Herson, you can sell for 4,200. R-Corp Area 18, 4,200. Even Ruin Station Terminus, only 4,600. And even for the TDD at Orison, you can sell for 5,400. And Samson and Sons R-Corp Stanton, it's selling for 5,600. And the highest price that you can sell in Stanton, I think, is this one, Curel 5, selling for 6,000. Actually, no, Grimhex, selling for 6,900. This, I have confirmed it because in one of my videos in the PTU testing, I did sell some RMC at Grimhex, and I'm selling for a little bit over 6,000 AUC. But I think maybe they increased the price a little bit. So right now it's almost 7,000 AUEC. However, since these prices on this website is reported by players from patch to patch, so we cannot entirely trust the price that's listed here. For example, this one, the Golden Rivera Bloom Pyro. It can sell for 8,100 AUEC, but I don't think that's true. So I went there and checked it out myself. I just finished some salvage. I have some RMCs, so now I'm heading to Bloom Golden Rivera to sell these RMCs. I can see the reflection of the planet on the glass. And since this is Pyro, so anything you do in Pyro has certain risks from hostile players and pirates. Alright, landing at the freight elevator. And now I'm only gonna get the RMC. That's Construction Materials Rubble, RMC, 5 SCU of RMCs. Cool, they are inside my inventory. Okay, let's see where we can sell them. I think it's here. Is it? Yes, it's here. Terminals on the wall. So choose Golden Rivera and 5 SCU. I think that's a bug. You can see the price here is selling for 5.4K per SCU. Now on this website, it's listed the Golden Rivera Bloom is selling for 8.1K. However, In the actual game, it says 5.4K. And now, for this bug, I think CIG is currently working on it. So we have to wait for a solution. But my RMC is stored, so it's safe. Alright, let's move on. The second type, the construction materials. This has gone through big changes, both the salvaging mechanics and the material yield. And according to the patch note, as well as the latest CitizenCon, this is to prepare for crafting. And the first crafting that will come is the FPS weapon crafting. Now, according to the patch note, all structural salvage now produces raw materials requiring refining process. So maybe onboard refinery or refining ships coming soon? Question mark. For example, the Starfarer and the Gemini, they do have onboard refineries. So we shall wait and see. The product of structural salvage, which is construction material, is further divided into 3 subtypes. The first type, powder, which has the highest density, and according to the awesome data mining of Shattered Orbit from our org, the density for powder is 3.2 grams per cubic centimeter, which is the highest among all the 3 types. And this powder, when you salvage it, it will show construction materials rubble on your ship. We'll call it CMR. And there are only 2 ships that can get this type of material, the Mythic Fortune and the Drake Vulture. And if you're asking if by changing the salvaging head you can get different types of salvage materials, the answer is no. The type of ship determines the type of construction materials you can get. The second subtype of CM is scraps, which has the medium density. According to Shattered data mining, the density for this material is 2.9 grams per cubic centimeter. As far as I have tested, currently I cannot find any of the salvage ship that can produce this type of salvage material, which I think most likely this type of construction material is associated with a new salvaging ship that's coming, perhaps very soon. And according to data mining, the name for this type of salvage material that will show on your ship is called Construction Material Pieces, CMP. The third type of construction material, which has the lowest density, is called the chunk. According to Shattered's data mining, the density for this is 2.7 grams per cubic centimeter. On your ship, this type of material is called Construction Material Salvage. We call it CMS. And only 1 ship can produce the CMS, and that is the Aegis Reclaimer. And for the Reclaimer, it has gone through many updates in this patch, which I have made multiple videos for, so I won't be mentioning those changes here. Now, regardless of the subtype of the construction materials you get, in order to make a profit out of it, you have to bring them to a refinery to refine them. Only then can you sell them for a higher profit. And I think there is another terminal that you can perhaps sell the unrefined CM. I'm not sure, but we're gonna find out later in this video. The refinery yield for the Fortune and the Vulture is 30%. If you bring 100 SEU of CMR, after refining, you will get 30 SEU of refined CM back. And then you can sell them for a higher profit. The yield for the Reclaimer is only 15%. 100 SEU of CMS, you get only 15 SEU of CM. So you can see the yield for these materials is incredibly low, and I hope CIG could crank it up a little. Otherwise, this job is just time and efforts consuming with low return. And here is where and the price if you want to sell the refined construction materials, which is simply called construction materials. The price for the construction materials has gone up significantly. Look at this. The highest price is at Hurl L3. It can sell for 9000 AUEC. And then is Hurl L4, 8600. Megumi Refueling, it's in Pyro, 8600. Now, all these TDDs on New Babbage, 8600. On Lorville, 82. Orison, 8200. Obituary on Bloom, 8100. Checkmate, 8100. And Area 18 is a little bit less, 8000. Okay, now I just landed in a station with some of the construction material rubble. Let's do some tests. I'm gonna leave 1 SEU on the ship itself. I'm gonna put 3 SEU inside my freight elevator. Go to the refinery deck. First of all, I'm gonna check these ore sales. I want to find out, can I just sell my ores directly? Oh, I can. Unrefined material value, only 251 AUEC. So the leftovers on my ship, that's not in the 1ICU box, is leftover of the construction materials rubble, which I can sell for 251 AUEC. I can also sell my hydrogen fuel, quantum fuel, and recycled material composite, which is left over. So sell to refinery, selling all units of unrefined material. Got it. Okay, only the construction material rubbles sold. I did not sell my hydrogen quantum fuel. That'd be funny. So we can sell the leftover ores from our ship at the ore sales. Good to know. Now, here is a refinery. Select obituary. Now, in one of my previous videos, I talk about these refinery methods. So mainly, there are three methods to choose: parametric ferron exchange and Dinksy solventation. Parametric is low speed, high cost, but high yield. And ferron exchange, low speed, moderate cost, and high yield. So ferron exchange is in the middle between the parametric and the Dinksy. The Dinksy is very low speed, low cost, but high yield. So it depends on what you use. I'm going to choose the parametric, which has the highest processing speed. Get a quote? Now you can see total quantity is 300 units, which is 3 SCU, and the yield is only 90. So the percentage is 0.3, 30%. So I'm going to confirm this. It might just give me 1 SCU. So whatever is left over not to 1 SCU, it will just give you 1 SCU, I think. So we'll see. What I want to test is also, can we set up a refinery order directly from our ship? Select material location. Yep. So we can't set up the order directly from our ship, as far as the fortune is concerned. But I will test the reclaimer in another video, because the reclaimer, once you docked with a station, if you cannot directly select to refine the CM from the reclaimer itself, then which means you have to transfer the cargo from the reclaimer to the free elevator, which is very inconvenient. There we go. Work order complete. I can either to choose to store it on my ship, or I can choose to store on the obituary. So I'm gonna just collect it at the obituary. Collect. Done. Now let's go sell it. Administration, commodity shop. Can I sell? No, I cannot sell. So same thing. The selling is bugged right now, but you can see the price for the construction material at obituary is 8.1K. Let's confirm it on the UEX. Obituary here, 8.1K. So yes, the price for the construction material is correct. Now, even though the selling price for the construction material can go as high as 90-100, however, you cannot sell them directly anymore. You do have to salvage them, wait, process them. You also have to pay the process fee, and you have to transfer them to cargo ships and carry them to the station to sell. You have to go through all those processes, and anything can go wrong at any time during these processes, especially Star Citizen. So that will add not only more cost, more time, but more risks for the construction material salvage. However, what they have done here, as I said earlier, is to prepare for crafting. And according to CitizenCon, these three types of salvage materials, powder, scrap, and chunks, they have different quality. And when you use different quality of construction materials to craft your items, they will also inherit the quality of your salvage materials. So of course, the higher quality, the better.
Crafting is going to change everything from resource gathering, refining, and even combat when it comes online in the next few months.
The first version of crafting is going to be quite small in scale. We're going to use it as a kind of a concentrated effort to allow the players to experience the initial UI, the flow of gathering materials that have different quality, and using those to craft items which are better than what they have currently in the game.
The first version is going to be primarily FPS items that you can craft, weapons and armor. Crafting isn't just a progression mechanic for creating new items, it's also a fundamental change to how we handle resources in the game. The materials that you collect, how you refine them, quality matters.
Crafting the weapons, you'll be able to have some quality materials to influence the item stats on those weapons.
And once you take those materials to your crafting bench, the fabricator, you can use them to craft, and the different attributes will be increased based on the quality of the materials you use.
We won't have the new refining crafting system yet. We'll be using the existing ones. Those will pass the quality through into the refined materials, which you can then take to your crafting machine and start making your personal items. Once you have your blueprint and your quality materials that you've refined, then you can put them together on the item fabricator. Once you're happy with what you see on the preview, you'll be able to click to craft, and it'll get queued up, and your result will be produced sometime later. You'll be able to get the new crafting machine from shops in most landing zones. You'll be able to bring it up on your freight elevator and use it in your personal hangar, or tractor beam it around and stick it on a ship if you want to use it from there.
There'll be a small amount of blueprints you get credited to your account just to test and mess around, but the vast majority of them will be earned through missions, and then you can use that blueprint to craft the item.
The advantage of crafting your own items is that they'll be better than anything that you could buy from shops. Maybe a gun will shoot faster, maybe it'll do some more damage, or your armor will have greater resistances against environmental effects or incoming fire.
It's our intention to get crafting out on tech preview by the end of the year and get the testing we need so we can release it when it's ready.